Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast expresso on SABC3. Now, getting the opportunity to study abroad is a dream for every student out there. Now, SAMRO, the South African Music Rights Organization, offers two students, a jazz and classical performer, that very opportunity to continue their studies in places like London, Germany, Italy, and even the United States. Now, Mikhaela Kruger is one of this year's finalists at the competition, and she's joined by Chris Yankovic, who's also one of the composers that's taken part in the competition. It's great to have both of you here to be speaking about this. That's going to be happening now, and I can't imagine, Mikhaela, what you must be feeling right now, because Saturday is the big final at the Linda in Johannesburg. But it's been quite a long journey for you to get here. Take me through that process. What was it like? It's
been pretty huge. A real process. I know they took 35 applicants from all around the country in both the Western art musical category and the jazz category.
Yes.
You had to go through quite a rigorous application process. I mean, everyone that's entered, they've chosen 12 semi-finalists in total, 6 in the classical category, 6 in the jazz, you know, all well-established, talented musicians that have a hope for the future, and studying abroad would just be such an awesome platform for that.
And of course, that process, which was made, I think, rather challenging by the likes of Chris as a composer who was in charge of writing the music for the classical performers. Yes. So what is your mandate when it comes to something like that, and how do you go about composing a piece of this nature?
Well, you're given a brief, and the brief stated that the work had to be very challenging. And they also stipulated the text that I had to use, which was the vision statement.
Okay.
And that was basically finding the notes that connect with the words and make the voice do its acrobatics. And that was it.
make the voice do its acrobatics, especially when you're a classical trainer or a classical singer. That is something rather challenging. But do you think you know, Mikhaela, now that you're going into the finals on Saturday, what are the judges looking for?
I think they're looking for a talented individual that works hard and that wants to further their studies as a musician. So, you know, it's not just about the performance aspect, but it's about really honing that skill and really taking the opportunity given to you to learn as much as you possibly can about traditional jazz, about contemporary jazz, or in the other case, classical music, from a studying perspective. And
why do you think, Chris, that these competitions like this are so important, especially in focusing on developing our young talent and honing their skill from a point of view where we are trying to be proudly South African in our music and not perhaps as westernized as music is?
Well, it gives the performer or the candidate a perspective of a broader horizon, which allows him to then find his place in the South African context in a more confident way.
Yeah.
And he understands his contribution better.
Yeah, I guess he or she, right?
Yes.
And Mikhaela, for you, what do you think South African music has to offer the world out there? And what do we have to bring to the plate?
Well, I went abroad for 3 months last year, and just to kind of scope out the scene. And I was really intrigued by what music is like, especially in Europe, in terms of the jazz idiom.
Yeah.
But when I came back, I went straight to the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, and I watched the Carl Shepherd Trio play. And I just, for the first time in my life, I realized what it actually means to be a South African jazz musician. I felt like I was home. I couldn't even explain the feeling. It was like, wow, this is what we're about. Like, there's just actually so much going on. The scene is bigger than we think it is here, and there are a lot of aspiring musicians that are writing beautiful music, really coming from the heart.
Yeah.
So to come back and feel that was just incredible, Yeah,
I love the sound of that, and listen, good luck to you.
Thanks.
On Saturday. I know it's going to be a very, very big day in your life. It's going to mean a lot to you. You've been working hard for it as well. So we're all crossing fingers for you. And Chris, thank you so much for joining us as well. Well, we'll bring you the results of the competition on Saturday when we do know exactly what went down at the Linda Auditorium at Wits University.